So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and get his engine over here. But in order to get his engine over here, first of all, we want to get rid of this engine, which is one of his engines for another project, which this is a 2.3 turbo from a Mercor XR4 Ti with a aftermarket turbo and tubular manifold on it. And this is supposed to go into an MG Midget he's got, but I haven't been real thrilled about working on that car myself. So we're going to go ahead and get this over there at his place, put it back in his garage, pick up the 350 and the transmission and bring it over here. Now he's currently over there cleaning his garage out, getting all that stuff out of the corners of the garage and making room so it's ready for us to pick that up at the same time that we're getting all this ready to go in the truck to go over there. Well, that should ride all the way there. Of course, you know, all you gotta do is just snap one of these straps and go, that ain't going nowhere.
This thing's a monster. Until you see it in a garage, you don't realize how big the Gladiator really is.
I barely touched it. That was just me trying to turn it because it was flopping around.
Barely touched it.
Yeah.
Famous last words. It's not yours. Why do you care?
Well, your money, not mine.
Right.
Whoa! Whoa!
I was waiting for some sort of hand signal and you weren't saying nothing. You weren't doing nothing at all.
I was looking to see
You were
if I
coming
could
in a little
clear
hot there
this,
too.
And next thing I know, you're like back here.
We're going to put that up there somewhere, or at least over here, so we put that front of the engine fan over there. Over here.
Come on. Stop. Oh, you got a tire with water.
That and when I was backing up the first time, air conditioning was high. Turn the fan off this time.
Yeah, you get feisty backing up. Yeah, you're good.
It's just now figuring out how to get it in there far enough. We could take the tailgate off, it just takes a bit of work.
Well,
honestly,
if you get up there and pull backward while he's letting it down, will probably fall right into the tire if you pull it back far enough.
So we got her all loaded up. All we got to do now is strap it down. Now, this thing is just a very, very mild 350 stock bore, but it does have an Eagle rotating assembly in it and some reasonably decent heads. Still cast iron. It does have aluminum intake, but he went ahead and painted it to make it look old school to go with the old school valve covers. Now the transmission we got is out of an old Chevy truck I used to own. It's a Turbo 375, and most of you probably know what it is. It's basically just a Turbo 400 with one less clutch per clutch pack and a Turbo 350 tail shaft on it. So it's got the smaller yoke on it. So yeah, that's what's going in the Mad-nette.
Strap her down, boys. Strap her down.
So I guess before we head on out of here, this is his 79 1000 Sportster. I painted this thing, I don't know, 8-10 years ago now, something like that for him. And this is the Eastwood's Gasser Green Metallic. And then this midget here is the one that turbo motor is supposed to go in eventually. Should have brought that. Should have threw that little cart on, little furniture doll in there.
Yeah, it's a cool little thing.
Let's see if I have anything to set it on.
Okay. That actually works pretty well, honestly. You know.
The cart's that way, I think. At least make it mobile until we're ready to put the two together.
Till they're gonna get married.
That's as low as it goes.
Really?
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to pick it up off the hook. Well, it looked good on paper.
We're not going to put these two together right now, but, you know, looking at this and the space we got to put it in, of course we already know how tight it's going to be, but with this alternator set up the way he's got it, I thought maybe we was going to put an alternator up here, but we really can't do that with this particular water pump because of the belt wouldn't work. So we probably will end up cutting this or reshaping this around the alternator, but we'll see once we get it in there where it actually ends up sitting. But we'll probably go ahead and take the alternator and everything off when we go to put it together and slide it in here and then figure it out from there. Because we also got to figure out, we got S-10 swap headers to put in this thing. But the engine's going to be sitting something like 4 to 6 inches further back, I can't remember my number now, than where it would be in an S-10. And we got to see where the headers are in relation to the inner fender wells, and we may have to do a lot of work on these to even get them in. So real tight engine compartment for this engine. So now that we got the engine and the transmission over here, it's time to mate these two together and put it in the car. Now I was originally going to steal the motor mounts off of the LT1 that's sitting back in the corner here that we mocked up in it originally. The idea being to set it at the same height, get the positioning exactly where we had it before, so that we can take some measurements and work from there. But that stand, the way the stand's made, I need to leave the motor mounts on for it to stay on the stand. So, plan B, we had actually bought this whole kit here, which is engine and transmission, cross members, comes with all the mounts, bolts, hardware, everything comes with it. And we're going to go ahead and position the engine in the chassis, block it up, whatever we got to do to get it where we want it, and then I'll figure out if we can use this bar in there or not, and may end up having to cut it, you know, somewhere here and just use a portion of it depending on where it's actually sitting. Because the way this is going to end up sitting in here is I think we can put this, I think it's meant to go forward like this. And we're going to be so close to the crossover, I don't think we're going to be able to use it. Potentially, it might fit this way. We'll see. I'll bolt things onto there and see how it works. And that we may be able to just sneak it in there. We'll find out though. But let's get it bolted together and find out what we can and can't make work. So if you think this kit might actually work for you, I'll put a link in the description to where we bought it from Amazon. So we got it setting in place. Right now, just the oil pan is on the cross member, and we got it roughly at the angle we want it to be at. And we're just seeing how much room we have. And it's tight. We're gonna have to do some relieving in this area here for the alternator, definitely, if we're gonna keep that set up like that. But I think it's gonna be close enough. We'll probably keep that, but do the tweaking. Now we're playing with a lot of different combinations. We got some motor mount stuff here, plus the other stuff, and we're gonna play with all the combinations till we figure out what's going to fit. And of course, headers are gonna be pretty fun. Yeah. And then we're gonna have to make a lot of room back here for the distributor. So one of the real tricks for this is figuring out our engine positioning here, because we still got to have room for a radiator here. This is the radiator we're using. I've said it before, I think, but I think that's a conversion radiator for a 31 Ford street rod for a small block Chevy and automatic transmission. And the sizing seems to be really good for this car, but we'll have to play with the mounts down here and potentially the bottom of the core support a little bit to gain some extra room. But the engine pretty much needs to be back as far as it is there in order to have room for that. So we'll keep looking at it, scratching our heads and thinking about it until we sort some things out. So up to this point, I've been leaving as much of this structure in place just to keep everything square and make sure nothing moves. But it's obvious that at this point, a lot of this has to go. I'm gonna have to cut this wider down here, get it cut out. I'm gonna go ahead and take it up all the way to this flange here probably for now, and then we'll see from there which distributor we end up actually putting in it and how much space we really need up here. I know he has an HEI for it already, but I don't know we're gonna have enough space for that. Obviously, this is where the steering originally went through. This all needs to be taken out. Yeah, we'll get this out of the way, and then we'll figure out from there, you know, can we lower the engine a little bit more than it is? Where does the pan come out? Probably not. Yeah, a lot of head scratching, a lot of engineering, a lot of thinking moving forward.